Hi guys, so if you've been following my channel for a while, or even if you're new here, there's one thing you'll probably notice that pops up quite a lot on my channel, and that's orcs. Yeah, whether I'm painting them, making them, 3D printing them, or even just sort of messing about making terrain for them. Yeah, you'll see a lot of orcs popping up on this channel, and that's because I absolutely love those little green skins. I love how they look, and yeah, love how they obviously play or interact in games, especially Kill Team. So it kind of made sense or seemed inevitable that, yeah, one day I would want to make myself into an orc. And that's exactly what I'm doing in this video. So here I am. And as you can see, I'm a little bit of a podgy guy. So I've got an orc that's got a podgy belly. But love how this guy has come out. Obviously, it does look kind of like me. I'm going to show you exactly how I've done that with the help of Meshy. This is AI software where obviously you can turn your images, sketches, or even just text into 3D images, which is absolutely awesome. So I need to get an image and drag it in here.
So the first thing we need to do, grab a phone and obviously take a selfie. Right, well, ain't going to get any better than that, so that'll do. We'll take that in the software and, well, let's see what it comes up with.
So I have used Meshy before to make things. Normally when I just sort of type in prompts and it comes up with things. There's a link down below, guys, so go and check out Meshy and, well, try it out for yourself. It is an amazing way of making 3D items. You can see some of the things I've made on the right-hand side. And it simply is a case of dragging, dropping my little little selfie and pushing a button. And this is what it comes up with, which, well, I'll have to admit, yeah, it's me. I'm very pleased with how it's come out. The fact that it's obviously a 2D flat image. I didn't even set up my lighting, so on my face there's a big shadow, but it's come out looking pretty cool. Yeah, it's got my bald head in nicely. I think it's even given me a few less wrinkles than I actually have, which is awesome. And yeah, it looks absolutely great. So you can obviously save this as a variety of formats, and this is great because if you want to take it into sort of modeling software to change it, you can. But the one thing it is lacking, and that is some orc teeth. There's no way I'm going to be able to 3D model orc teeth in this. So I've got a cunning plan, and that is...
So I 3D printed myself some, well, fangs, teeth, chompers, whatever they might be called. And then, yeah, we'll take another picture with these. And the reason obviously for doing this is it's obviously going to get the teeth in, but it's also going to make my jaw or my gums sort of protrude out. As I say, there's no way I would be able to 3D sculpt or mess about or somehow import teeth into my thing and make it look like they are coming out of my mouth. So yeah, little 3D printed bit, and we'll see how this goes. Something like that. And take another selfie. And there we go. Yeah, let's see how it does with some silly little teeth in my mouth.
So yes, I am old and I am a big kid, and I love what technology can do these days. Obviously, say 3D printers, absolutely love using those. And this kind of software, the fact you really can take pictures and turn them into 3D items is amazing. And so the fact, obviously, I can do this with with my face, which is absolutely nuts because I have used 3D scanners in the past. Very expensive things, very difficult to use. So especially when you're trying to obviously do your face or head. But the fact I can just take a simple picture of my head, drop it into this software, and push a button, and lo and behold, yeah, this pops up. So here I am now with with some orc looking teeth. And the great thing with Meshy is if you're not happy with how it's come out, you get several free goes. So you can just push a button and it'll change it a little bit. As I wasn't quite happy with the dent that it put in my head. But this time, yeah, this time there is no dent in my head. It still come out looking absolutely cool. And yeah, I've now got some orc teeth. Obviously, I do want to change this a little bit because I don't want the rest of my body. I just want my head. So I will take this into some free online software to do that. But before I do that, I just want to mention the other great thing that Meshy can do. To do that, I'm going to need a model. So I'm just going to use the example that's down below here. And as you can see, yeah, decent looking model. And all we need to do is take it in. And what I want to do with this is split it up. Yeah, another great feature Meshy has got is this auto split. So it's literally a case of clicking on the button to make sure it's enabled, click generate, and then we obviously wait. It's about 30 seconds, I think this took. And then obviously it comes up with this, which as you can see, different colored parts, but that's because it has auto split this into separate parts. And one of the reasons I love this is I have always wanted to 3D print a full size orc. But obviously there's no way I can get that on here in a printer in one go. We'll enable this, as you can see, it splits it into nice manageable sizes. And yeah, this would make it ideal then for me to take it into, well, whichever printer I was going to use and print the parts out separately. So another great feature from Meshy. So guys, click on the link down below because this software, it's amazing what it can do. Rather it taking a picture you've drawn or some prompts that you type in, or obviously in my case, a picture of my face. But yeah, there's so many things this can do. You really do need to sort of try it out for yourself to sort of see what bits you would really like to use. To say, obviously, for this video, we are going to go back to the lovely picture of my face, and I'm going to take it into, say, the free software, where I'm going to remove all the background bits, and well, I'm going to give myself some big orc ears as well. As well, my ears aren't quite pointy enough. Yeah, I want them to be like Mr. Spock, and obviously, I want to make it the same sort of size as the head it should be. I'll just mention this orc is by Mr. Modular. I will leave links to that as well. And I say these are like oversized orcs, which is why they have big bellies, which obviously suits me because I do have a big belly. So with this software, it is a case of dragging this sort of square empty box, which will then cut out bits and pieces, which is what I do. And then the last thing I need to do is, well, give myself some orc ears. Yeah, couldn't really 3D print these. So yeah, I had a cunning plan of just taking the ears off the miniature by Mr. Modular, and then putting them on myself. So I've got the one here. All I need to do is make a copy of it, and then change the direction. And lo and behold, two, well, kind of Spock ears, I guess. And this is how it came out. So this was 3D printed. Obviously, put a hole in the back to accommodate the body that it's going to go on. But love how it's come out. The glasses, I mean, 3D printers, absolutely awesome. Wasn't sure what size to go for, so I 3D printed several different sizes. And this just cracks me up. So I love what I do. I love this hobby, and the fact I can now put my head, change it, and yeah, here I am, John the Orc, which is it's just nuts. So I just crack up looking at this kind of thing. Obviously, my head is protruding further than most orc ones because they are a bit flatter. But hey ho, it looks like I'm some sort of weird, deformed looking, well, hunchback, I guess. The bells. But yeah, bit of green stuff to fill in any little gaps. And well, let's paint this chap, I guess. But yeah, oh man, even just doing the voiceover for this, I just, it's nuts. It really is nuts what you can do these days. So I'm 58 years old. I've seen a lot of stuff changing over the years. But 3D modeling, AI, it's the future. Things are changing. Whether we like it or not, guys, the future is changing. It's always changing. And I say, in my 58 years, I've seen a lot of changes. But this is just nuts. And I think I'm getting more of a kid as I'm getting older because there's more and more things to, well, keep me young and for me to mess about with. So obviously going to be painting him. Good old charming chartreuse. Yeah, can never say that word. Obviously, this is my number 2 green that I like to use. But unfortunately, my number 1 green, I had a little accident with it and I spilt it. So I'm using my number 2. And as always, I don't know why, but every time I paint orcs, I always start with the green. I think it's just because I love the thing and I just want to see them looking green. Yeah, it's nuts. Yeah, it's a dark brown on leather straps and the boots. So painting, very simple with this. Oh, yeah, the reason why I didn't slap chop this and I've just sort of primed it in white is I kind of thought if I slap chop painted this, obviously priming it in black, fine. But when I do the dry brush in white, I kind of thought I might break the glasses. I say very thin, and I'm really impressed on how well the glasses have 3D printed. But I just feel me doing dry brushing over the top of the face, there's a very good chance I would break them. So that's why I primed it in white. One thing I will say though, obviously Slapchop painting and contrast paints, dipping inks, whatever you use like speed paints, they work so much better on a miniature that is highly detailed. As you can see though, I have made this a bit bigger, well, quite a bit bigger than your normal 32mm. So it does mean these paints don't always look that great on big flat areas. It would have looked better if this had been slap chopped, but say, because of the glasses, I didn't. So I might 3D print this out again, but make it smaller, and risk doing the slap chop, just because say the paint job on this, yeah, it's definitely not the best. Because as I say, speed paints on flat areas, you're going to get a very inconsistent look. But obviously, this is why having a more detailed miniature is easier to paint, which is really weird to say, especially if you spoke to me about 5 years ago. I would have said a highly detailed image miniature would be really difficult to paint. But no, it's easier to paint a highly detailed miniature using the slap chop technique. So obviously I haven't been mentioning the paints I've been using, but you can see them online. Obviously the green stuff on silver. It is as shiny as anything. It's great. It really is a metallic color. But obviously I'm using their yellow oxide to very dull that down, because I don't like things looking neat and tidy. I like things looking like they've been weathered, beaten and bashed. So yeah, I'm using the yellow oxide. This stuff is great because literally you put it on. I mean, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter if you put too much on, because once it's dried, you can then wipe bits off, which is great. So yeah, put this all over the metallic bits, let it dry. It takes about 15 minutes or so. So while it is drying, I can then just go on and paint other bits. And in this case, I'm going to paint the base, just using the grey. As I say, this definitely isn't one of my best paint jobs because yeah, I did the miniature too big, and didn't slap chop it. That really does make quite a difference doing the extra stages of priming in black and then dry brushing with white. It does add a lot more sort of contrast to the miniatures. So guys, don't forget to check out the link down below to Meshy. I know there's obviously the debate over AI, you love it or you hate it, kind of like Marmite, but I definitely am in camp love it, just because of what it can do. And I say it is the future. It's here. So yeah, so this is where obviously this yellow oxide stuff, you can just get a wet brush or cloth. I'm using a wet wipe because I've always got wet wipes around because my desk gets messy. And yeah, just using this, you just sort of dab it. And with this, obviously, it is a case of you just take away as much as or little as you want to make it look as rusty or as not rusty as you want. But yeah, love doing this technique. And there we have it. Again, I'm watching this and it's just nuts. I mean, the guy's sitting on my desk. I say the guy, it's me. It's Jork. I'm not sure what other name I can give myself, but love it. Absolutely love how this has come out. And yeah, say the things you can do with Meshy these days, whether you're taking a picture of something, whether you're drawing something, or even if you're just typing in commands, Meshy will turn that into a 3D object, which you can then obviously print out, or you can take into other software to manipulate even more. So yeah, click on the link down below, guys, find out more information what that can do. But yeah, I love it. It's just nuts, and I can make this sort of stuff. Anyway, I'm going to go and have a little laugh somewhere else. Guys, like, share, subscribe, leave comments, all that cool stuff, and I'll see you in the next one. Yeah, bye from Mr. John Ork. Love it.